In today's video, we're going to address the overall market, especially after the first inflation data came out this morning. We're also going to address what to expect tomorrow, and I'm going to share with y'all one stock to keep on your radar for tomorrow. Y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures, and so far, we're still trading at the same price that we've been trading all week. Let's go on the daily chart. Again, the market is still giving us dojis, despite the fact that we had a economic data, which means the inflation report that came out today. And we started off really low at first. The inflation number came out to be right here, 3%. All right, we're still on an uptrend since October. All right, and this is the January data, 3%. So hopefully next month we might see no change or a slight drop. But as for now, we're still climbing, and the markets didn't like it, and we saw this nasty drop happening pre-markets. All right, but it turns out everything just continued to recover, and we closed back above the pre-market high right here. And the next thing to look for, the next stop to look for, is the break of this level. There's a clear line of resistance at the top, right at 21,966. PPI numbers are tomorrow, which is another inflation report, the PPI. So we'll see how the market reacts to that. If it turns out to be exactly the same as what they expect it to be, we might just see the NASDAQ open up at this exact same price, 21,900. And then we will just see a slow, steady uptrend going into Thursday and Friday. All right, for the NASDAQ, the all-time high is right here. For the SPY, the all-time high is really near, really near. And we're getting close to the edge. Again, the market is going to make its decision. I'm telling you now, the market is going to make its decision. It doesn't trade sideways like this forever. It's been about 3 weeks now. All right, so watch out for a really big move. I can see it in the near future. Now, the stock that I want to share with y'all for tomorrow, that stock is AMD. All right, now the reason why I want to share AMD with y'all, wait a minute, no, this is not it. AMD. All right, now the reason why I want to share AMD with y'all is because number one, it's been demolished for a very long time, since the highs of 174. It's been on the downtrend for about 5 months. It had earnings, didn't do too well through earnings. It collapsed to below 110, and it consolidated a little bit, and it looks like it's ready to pop. It looks like it's ready for a big move. The NASDAQ futures is up right now. It could be up even higher tomorrow. And this stock right here, AMD, could follow it as well, and we could see a run. There is a structure intraday that occurred right here. There was a bullish pennant that broke out at like 130 and closed quite strong. And typically with this, there's a continuation the next day. All right, so with AMD, levels of resistance to watch for are here. There are some short sellers located right there, and again right here. This is a fake out. All right, but tomorrow, if we do open up above it, like above 112.50, these individuals are going to cover, and we could see a spike in AMD all the way up to 114.50, maybe even 115. All right, so definitely keep your eyes on AMD. All right, now I did say one stock, but in reality there's another one. All right, and I guess it kind of ties in with yesterday's video. It is an update. Yesterday I gave you guys a stock for the bulls, right? So the stock for the bulls was Adobe, and Adobe looks like it wants to continue higher. It held quite strongly through the inflation report. Like everything else was down like 2%, 3%, 4%. But Adobe held its own. And I think they released news about their AI product that just came out. So there might be some continuation there. It says it right here. They're looking to expand generative AI offerings right here. You'll see it. So Along with the structure that I drew for you guys yesterday, right there, short sellers, look at it here, short sellers here. We took these individuals out, and we're still holding above that level of support, right? It bounced right off of 451, and it closed quite strongly. So with this one, I still think that we can get up to 475. Maybe 490 is a bit of a stretch, but 475 for tomorrow is definitely possible for Adobe. The daily chart is looking bullish. The volume, again, for the past 3 days, the volume has been bigger than the previous 3 days. These ones right here, right? Which is a good sign, even though the stock itself doesn't trade too much volume. Like, it's only 3 million shares traded on average, right? So if they can crack up to like 5 or maybe 6 million, then maybe we can see this thing climb even faster. But yeah, my thoughts and opinions on Adobe are not changing. All right. Now, with the trade that I took, I share with you guys two things. One for the bulls and one for the bears. All right. And the one for the bears was the one that I took. I took a Palantir trade with the 110 puts going into the inflation report, and I had to get rid of it as soon as the market opens. I had to get rid of that. As you can see, 8:30 a.m. I got rid of half of it after the initial gap down, and then when I saw that it wasn't really dumping, I got out of Palantir altogether 10 minutes later, right after this candle closed, and it just wouldn't get back down here below like 111. I got rid of my puts. All right, is this thing going to drop? I still believe so. I just think it's gonna play games for a little while longer. All right, we still got 2 more days this week. When the stock is ready to drop, I'm going to go at it again for another shorts. All right, but until then, I am being patient on it. I am being patient because if you look at the daily chart, it looks like this. There is so much opportunity down here for the drop. All right, so that's the thing about short selling. The higher the stock goes, the better it looks. So it can squeeze. That's fine. Like, it can go to 130 even. Like, I would love it to see it like 125, maybe even 130 tomorrow. It didn't get weak on like Friday. That's what I would love to see. But for now, again, just track the stock, watch its movements. There will be a day right around the corner where the company announces some bad news or some shady news, and then this thing starts to roll over and collapse aggressively. It's right around the corner. All right, so it's tricky. Short selling can be a little tricky. So just be careful with this one. Be patient, and watch for intraday structures. Now, the next stock that we got to look at, for those of you who watched the video, I told you guys that Tesla was going to bounce, and it definitely did bounce. It opened at exactly 3:30, and it chopped upwards throughout the entire day with QQQ, as you can see right here. Had a nasty sell-off in the last like 30 minutes though. All right, but I still think there is still opportunity on here, but I just want to see, personally, I want to see new structure on it. All right, but as of right now, the daily charts looks like this. The possibility of a gap fill down here is still there, even though I don't think it's gonna happen tomorrow. The possibility of that gap fill at the bottom is still there. All right, so it's something to just look out for. Keep Tesla on your watch list. Long-term investors, I know y'all loving this dip and y'all averaging in, and that's perfectly fine. All right, anything below 350 is a good place to buy in. All right, this is a good discount from the highs right here. This is what, negative 33%. Wonderful pullback for long-term investors buying shares. All right, the stock is calling your name. Okay, so that's my honest thoughts on Tesla, on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Guman at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.